You have free will. Now many people in their exuberance of finally grasping the concept that all is one, will oftentimes believe that they must now be all allowing since all are choosing experience as part of the one. People say things such as, there is no good and bad, all is just experience, it just is. Therefore, how can I judge something such as a behavior or action to be bad or good for another when it is not my experience or right to judge another? It is taught that you can allow yourselves into perpetuity, that is endless and allowing. But if you do not recognize those thoughts, words and deeds which are contrary to life and godness, how do you think you will reach God's unlimited kingdom of conscious immortality? Does this mean that by recognizing the Antichrist or adversaries, that you must make yourself the enforcer of God's laws? Not at all. God needs no enforcers, He needs only examples be set forth so that ones can see a brighter, balanced and more loving way of being. Each must begin that journey within self, and as each ignites his flame of truth and godly understanding, so, too, will he choose to change his thinking, behavior and actions in order to be in balance with God in oneness. This does not mean that you will allow others to maliciously cause you harm. You must always honor self and God and defend yourself, if necessary, to protect yourself from abuse or damage by another. You do not have to choose victimhood, ever, and you must not tolerate or allow behavior directed against you or your brethren which you know is contrary to the laws of God and creation. Do you see what your gift of free will is? It is through your experiences of learning what God is not that you will, therefore, know what God is. We have observed, as many ones will say smugly, that God created everything including evil, so it just is a part of our experience. Remember this carefully, God created human in His image of perfection. He gave you free will and with your free will you have chosen to be the adversary and break every law of balance, so don't any of you ever think you can shirk your personal responsibility because you believe God created evil. Man created evil with his own free will. And with the divine mercy of his creator, often, he will find his way back to godly balance or he will continue to remain bound in his dark cage of self-service and separation from the creative spirit of life. Your free will is really your choice to make your will God's will, or to live according to the will of your altered ego which seeks always to limit your spiritual understanding and therefore, to disrupt and destroy your creative potential, harmony and balance of oneness. Ultimately you will recognize that the only free will you have is that which is God's will, because you will have gained the wisdom of knowing that the logical balance of God's way is really the only way to the joy of truly balanced spiritual freedom.